Welcome back to another episode of Saving Grace. Today, I've got Fred.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm very excited to be here, I have to tell you, because when I told my daughter I was going to be on GKBarry's podcast, she said, oh my God, Daddy, this is so cool.
She's an icon though, because is it Andrea?
Andrea, yeah.
Andrea. She's an Olympic diver, isn't she?
She is.
That's so hardcore, because I couldn't do that even if I tried.
Well, I tried.
Did you?
5 days with Team GB being trained, and I finished. I was all bruised up, my legs, the back of my legs.
Yeah.
I was black and blue.
I bet. And I don't do heights. See, did you have to go from quite high?
Well, I jumped feet first from 10 meter and head first from 5. But the meaning of the word commitment, you understand it.
Yeah. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. Has she ever had any bad experiences like on the board?
When she was 13, she had kind of a mental block to dive from 10 meter, but a lot of divers experience it and she just couldn't do it. So she had to wait 6 months. And then she went back. Everybody was there, all the family, the club. And she went up to the 10 meter board and she did a dive, just a simple dive, just to get herself back into it.
Is that because she had a bad experience before?
No,
it's
just a mental block because it's just very, very high and it's just crazy. And so then you realize what you're about to do and that's it. Your body shuts down and you can't do it anymore.
I'd start thinking, am I in the shallow end by accident too? I just don't think I could do it.
Well, you could. It'd be interesting to see you.
Yeah, I don't think anyone will see me in a swimming suit, to be fair, but that's the main issue there.
Okay. No, you've got to be confident with yourself and your body,
Next
this is the only one you got.
Well, unfortunately so. Next episode, I'll do it from the top of a diving board. We'll see.
I was on a 10 meter board, right?
Yeah.
And I was just about to dive and my heart was pounding so hard in my chest.
Yeah.
I could feel it. And my daughter, who was on the ground floor, said, Daddy, just relax. I can see your heart beating in your chest. This is how scared I was.
Well, that's easy for someone to say on the ground, isn't it? Just relax. I'd be like, I bet you're saying that. I couldn't, but props to you for doing that. I'd have a heart attack. Anyway, we're going to start from the very beginning. First dates.
Yes.
Now, I've got a connection to first dates. I signed up for it. Didn't get in. Not sure why.
Why didn't you get in? I would have thought that you would have got in.
Do you know what I think the issue could have been here? Is back in the day, I used to wear bright green eyeshadow. Looked a little bit like a goth, which is fine. But I don't think that was really the audience maybe they were going for that season.
I can't comment.
I thought that would be the answer.
I'm surprised you didn't get in.
Thank you. And is it Daniela?
Yes.
I always get told constantly we look like each other. What's your view on this?
There is a certain similarities, but now that you say it, otherwise I wouldn't have picked up on it just like...
I think my dad has cheated somewhere down the line.
Really?
Yes.
Should we call him and ask him?
We might have to, because I messaged her once and I said, this isn't normal. Every comment I was getting was being tagged in one of her videos, like, this is your twin. And I thought,
no, there is something, but I think it's a bit far apart. Yeah, I wouldn't have put you in the same kind of category, same family, or no.
Okay, I'll relay that message to my dad so he doesn't lose sleep at night.
Yes, he's all right.
How do you find being on first dates?
It's great. We started 10 years ago. Can you believe it?
It's so long ago. It doesn't feel like it's been on for that long.
No, I know, 10 years. 10 years ago, I didn't have any grays on my beard.
No.
It was all black. But now it's 10 years later and we're still doing it. It's just incredible.
Do you have like a favourite memory from your whole 10 years on the show?
Well, I think, every series, you have amazing daters and you've got things that happen. But in the latest that we just filmed, which is a 10 years anniversary series, we had this very serious couple. We had this woman who was a barrister, top barrister in the country. And she was dating and meeting this guy who was in insurance, top job. And they were quite cagey and a little shy during their date. But you could see that they liked each other. They really liked each other.
Yeah.
And I went to see them, make sure they were okay, that they had a good experience, that they got on with each other, made a few jokes with them. And they were very happy. Anyway, they left. It was a yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, but I was staying in the same hotel as them.
Yeah.
So in the morning, when I got up and I went to breakfast, who do I see? These two. And they were all loved up. She had wet hair.
I bet they were.
She was just coming out of the shower.
Yeah.
And they had that glow, that sex glow from the morning, that when you just met somebody and you're so happy. You said, hey, how are you guys?
Oh, were they embarrassed to see you though or not?
Yes and no. They were not really embarrassed. Oh, so it worked? And they went, yeah, it did.
Yeah. Do you think you can tell when two people walk in if they're going to work or not going to work?
Yeah, you can. You get the first person, you have a conversation, and you get the energy, you get the vibe, what they are about, what they're looking for.
Yeah.
And then straight away, that just makes sense to you. Then the second person comes, and very quickly you're able to assess whether it's going to be a match or not.
Yeah.
And equally, when it's not going to be a match, when it's definitely a yes and a definitely a no, you know.
Oh, really?
And at times you are in the middle, you're a bit in limbo, you're not quite sure.
Yeah. Do you know what hurts me the most is when one of them's like definitely going to say yes and they go, oh, do you want to go first? And the other person says no. And it hurts inside.
And sometimes, because, people keep their cards very close to their chest.
Yeah.
And you think it's going to be a yes, but I think that people, there's two things. People are afraid of rejection, but also they're afraid to reject people.
Right.
So in a way, we kind of mislead people unknowingly, unconsciously, out of fear of hurting somebody else.
Yeah.
But actually, at the end of the day, if you're going to hurt them 5 minutes later,
you might as well just do it.
Just make it clear from the off.
Yeah. How much are you allowed to drink on the show?
People drink as much as they want. I mean, the
so you
first
can get
series,
slaughtered.
we had this girl that came in and she was totally drunk and she was dancing right on time at the bar by herself before she even asked for her first drink. And, she was so drunk, I had to just stop the date because we have a responsibility as a restaurant, to make sure that we look after people.
But also, I guess it's literally going out on live television. Like, imagine being that person and seeing yourself blackout drunk on TV. I just couldn't.
Well,
the beer
it doesn't happen every time that people From time to time you get somebody who gets a bit drunk or get a bit tipsy. But I think that having a drink, a social drink, for a bit of Dutch courage or just for enjoyment, a glass of wine, a cocktail, it's lovely.
It's got to be done.
Yeah.
Have you had to turn away a lot of people? Not really. Could you count on one hand?
What do you mean turn away?
So say if someone's walked in or they're too drunk, or maybe they've got a bad attitude, do you turn people away?
No. We have never turned anybody away.
No, not at all.
A bit from this girl, unfortunately, because she was so drunk, and you just get worried if she gets more drunk, what's going to happen after? So,
right, yeah.
So that's the only time. Okay. The only time we've done it.
Wow. So if you had any advice for someone going on the show, what would it be?
But I think you've got to know what you're going on the show for.
Right.
Why is the reason you're going on the show? Are you looking for love? What kind of love are you looking for?
Yeah.
And are you ready and willing to be open?
Yeah.
To be vulnerable, to just say who you are and what you are here for, and to be able to listen to somebody else. And that's what it's about, really. It's about wanting to be open and wanting to be vulnerable. How
did you get the job? Did they just contact you and go, "We've got this show"?
Well, I first did TV in 2011 as a result of the charity work that I was doing. So I opened a charity to help disadvantaged kids get into training, education, and full-time employment within hospitality, within front of house. That was picked up by the BBC and I became the service show. And I did that in 2011. And so I enjoyed TV. And so I pursued it on the side of the work I was doing in the restaurant business. And then somebody found me and contacted me and said, "Hey, we're doing this show. It's called First Dates." I didn't watch much TV because I was always working in the restaurant business, working late. So the only time I would watch TV would be at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock when I was going back home. And so, I said, okay, I'll come and have a chat with you. And then we had a chat and I said, you can have the role. You can be the maître d' in the restaurant. And then I started to think, okay, do I want to be the maître d' in the restaurant? Do I know? Because I don't know the show. I don't know what kind of show it is. And I'm not interested to be on TV for the sake of being on television. I want to do good television. I want to be something that my kids can be proud of, that I can be, watching back and think, that was a great show. So it took me a while to decide. I met everybody from Channel 4, the exec of the show. I went to the restaurant, discussed how the show was going to be made. And then when I realized that it was a good show, okay, let's go.
I mean, it worked out well 10 years later.
Yeah.
You've done... I feel like you've done quite a lot of telly and good telly. Who's the most famous person that you've met? Because I feel like you've got to have rubbed shoulders with some people.
I mean, look, on when you are on television, you're doing these panel shows, or you're invited to be on various shows. You always meet people. I mean, of course, Gordon and Gino are very famous. Who else have I met? Shirley Ballas. I can't think. I can't think.
Such a random one, but I love it.
I don't know why. Maybe I saw her on my TikTok or something.
That's mental. Do you get starstruck by people? Not really.
Not really, but I think you're like everybody. You see a famous person in the airport or something. Oh my God! This is so and so, and suddenly you've got this kind of urge or that desire to go and speak to them. But they don't know you from Adam. They don't know who you are. They've never seen you.
We know them.
And it's just a bit weird. And I did that the other day at the airport. And I thought to myself, why am I doing this for?
Do you get people come up to you though?
All the time.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. Do they ask you like dating advice, or do they just say, I like you?
People want a picture. They tell you they like you. They can want some dating advice.
So
they want to talk to you. They want to tell you that their children do sports, or they've been to a restaurant, or they want some advice on where to go for a restaurant. All sorts of random stuff.
Yeah, you're just like a tour guide that I'd recommend here. So who would be, sorry, cut that bit. Who would be someone that you'd love to meet? It could be anyone. Is there someone that you'd really want to meet?
Someone that
it could be anything.
Snoop Dogg.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
Because he's the G.
Did you see him when he came to England?
No. He came, that's right. And I wanted to go and see him. And I was filming abroad and I couldn't get tickets for the gig.
That's so annoying.
I had tickets, actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I wanted to go with Gino. And I had tickets and we couldn't make it.
I remember I went for one of the shows at the O2 and I knew the support act that were doing it, and I walked in and it was just whole smoked out, and I thought, this is so Snoop Dogg. I'm saying, even if I pass out, you have to say yes. You've got to. Otherwise, what's the point of seeing Snoop Dogg?
A spliff with Snoop Dogg,
I'd take that to the grave.
You got to live.
I'd take the joint and just frame it. It'd probably smell a little bit, but I'd do it. I think it'd be sick. So you also have a show called The Ultimate Wedding Planner.
That's right.
Any bridezillas?
No, actually, I think that the couples were really lovely and the brides were fantastic.
So no bridezillas?
No bridezillas. No,
wow.
No.
Fair.
I mean, it's an incredible show. It's 6 different weddings. We had 8 wedding planners, and it's a competition to find the best wedding planner in the UK.
Right.
So Sarah Davis is a judge, another guy called Raj Shumai as an event planner is a judge, and myself. And it's the progression which is very interesting from the very beginning, from the very first wedding to the final, when 2 planners are battling it out. To be crowned the best wedding planner.
I can even imagine the stress of being a wedding planner. Like there's so much to do and stuff you wouldn't even think about, like the little place cards that you'd put on the tables.
Well, it's everything. It's about creating an experience for the couple and for all the guests. It's about keeping to the theme that the couple wants, because every couple wants a different theme. So first episode, the couple they love planes, and they wanted to have their wedding, the reception, in the Concorde Hangar in Manchester, which is a huge place, huge. Yeah. But they wanted it to be intimate. So how do you do that? Right. And how do you create kind of an aviation theme? How do you recreate
You've got to be creative in some sort though, haven't you? Because
and also they are limited in the budget. They had only £10,000. So that's
only 10,000.
That's what they have to do. And all the planners, I mean, the thing is, the couples already paid for a lot of the things, like for example the caterer, they had hired the venue, but it was all the extras, the bells and whistles, that's going to make the wedding, elevate the wedding to a different level.
Did anything go wrong?
A lot. The thing is, it's a BBC hour, so it's 59 minutes. So you don't have the time to show everything. But the first wedding was very, very difficult to pull off. At the end, though, the couples were happy, the guests were happy, because we couldn't let them down. As a professional, I can't let them down. But, this is where it's interesting, because the planners then, for them, it was like an incredible training and an education, because, they learn so much.
I can even imagine. So how long was the filming for all of this?
Well, we filmed over 6 months for all the weddings, because you had about a wedding a month.
Still quite.
But you don't film a whole month for a wedding. So the planners had 3 days to turn it around. So first we met in HQ, which was in Glasgow, and we got them to meet the bride and the groom. The bride and the groom told them what was the wedding about and what was the theme. And then the planners had to go away and create that theme and present to them. Right. And then once they presented, they had to deliver. They had to do it.
Yeah. I suppose it's a bit different from having it on paper to actually doing it.
You have to do it. You have to, it's one thing to think of an idea, another one to create it and deliver it.
Oh, I can imagine the stress.
And you have to stay on budget.
That's the issue.
And 10,000. Everything. You've got to coordinate. Yeah. And it's got to happen at the time that you said it was going to happen.
So how much is a wedding usually? Like, I don't know.
It's about, £12,000, I think, is the average wedding in the UK.
You'd have to remortgage the house. That's so much money.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
For one day. But it's as much as it is one day, it's the celebration of a union of two people, a celebration of a relationship.
Yeah.
It's the opportunity to bring everybody together,
All the
whether
family
it's the family
together.
and the friends, and have a good time and just enjoy and just create memories, because life
Yeah.
was so fast.
Was there any arguments with the families at the weddings?
No, there wasn't actually.
You've got a good set of couples
there
there.
was no fights, no drunk uncle, nothing.
No.
Yes.
You should try coming to Cambridge for a little bit, I reckon. Try get some people from there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I reckon there'd be a few drunk uncles there, including me. I'm not an uncle, but I'll be there.
You're the auntie.
I am. I really am. You're a food man, right? So I trust anything you say about food. What is the best food?
I think, look, the best food is the one that's the best cooked. It's the most seasonal. It's a beautiful produce that have been, cared, and grown or reared beautifully. And that's what it's about, really. I mean,
That was a great answer.
I can't tell you that it's French or Italian or Greek, because if you're in Greece and you're having a beautiful Greek salad, some beautifully grown vegetable, they're all organic, they're full of flavor, they've had the sun. This is the best food. And if you're in France, for example, and you have a beautiful salad, whatever salad it is, maybe a tuna niçoise, for example, that's the best food you're going to have.
Do you think when you go to different countries, you should try? So like when I went to France, I tried snails.
Of course.
And it was an experience.
Did you like it?
I was quite drunk, so I think I quite enjoyed it. I'm not too sure.
Well, you try when you're not drunk.
I might have to, but the gag reflex may be a bit crazy there. But it was in pesto. I think is it pesto? Yeah, it was in like a pesto. No,
Sure, it was pesto rather than garlic and parsley. And
yeah, that was definitely probably it. Yeah, the taste with the vodka probably didn't go down there.
A bit Italian sort of.
Yeah, I swear to God, it was in France. I was up the mountain as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, where would you say the best place in France would be?
Look, France is beautiful because France has so many different regions, and every single region has a different gastronomy. So, for example, where I'm from is Limoges, is one particular type of food. If you go, for example, to Marseille, you're going to have more fish, for example.
Yeah.
Every region in France has its own gastronomy. And that's why France is so rich in terms of food, because everybody cooks, and everybody cooks differently, and depending where you are, it's just a different world to discover.
I think food always tastes better in different countries, like our main meal here is fish and chips, which is great, the odd mushy pea.
When I go to France, I only eat French food. I don't have anything else.
I don't blame you.
And if I go to Italy, I like to eat Italian food. If I go to Greece, I like to eat Greek food. It's the same in Spain. Because the food, as you say, the food tastes better if you eat the food of the country.
What is your opinion on truffle?
I love truffles.
Thank you. Truffle's really, sorry, I had to get that out there because a lot of people hate truffle. And I didn't realise it was, is it a mushroom?
Yeah.
Weird. But I very much enjoy it just doesn't look like a mushroom.
But you got different type of truffles, right? You got the summer truffles, for example. You got the black truffles, which have more flavors than the summer truffles.
Right.
And then you've got the gold truffle, which are actually the white truffles. You find them mainly in Italy.
Right.
And these ones are so flavorful. And the season is at the end of the year, towards October, November.
Yeah.
And you just grate them on top of risotto or tagliatelle, just with a bit of butter.
Pasta.
And this is good.
I thought there was just one truffle. That's how uneducated I am on that.
Black and white.
Black and white.
Have you had white truffles before?
Pass.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Try. Maybe. I'm going to try it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to a restaurant. I'm going to say, feed me that.
It's very
And hopefully they, not Frankie and Benny's, I'll just go somewhere.
Well, no, I don't think they will have it there.
I don't think they'll have it. Maybe
Nando's.
Medium spice, please.
Yeah.
So you've got a show out with Dermot O'Leary, all to do with food, places to eat.
That's right. It's called Remarkable Places to Eat. So it's a new series. And it's people like Dermot O'Leary who are foodies or chefs who take me to a location of their choice to discover 3 restaurants.
Okay.
And basically, we go behind the scenes and we find out what makes this restaurant great.
Right. So it's restaurants, they're taking you to really good restaurants.
Yes.
Is that okay? Yes. Right. What's the best one you visited?
I think they are all good. And the good thing is all these restaurants are different. So we try to choose one as top end, one as middle, another one that's more of a budget level.
Right, okay.
But budget level, for example, could be, for example, a bakery where they make beautiful pastries, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So then you could go to that bakery, for example, another pastry for €5 or £5, wherever you are.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it very interesting because it's for all budgets.
Yeah.
And you discover the restaurants, you discover how people cook, where they get their produce, the type of service, the type of hospitality.
Well, that's what thing you never really think about when you go into a restaurant is where they've got all their stuff from or where you just sit down and eat.
But why should you? You're a guest.
Yeah,
you're
valid.
a customer there, and you're there to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when people do it right and do it the right way, you can feel it, you can taste it, you can experience it. But the restaurant is more than just the food. It's about the whole experience. And the experience starts before you get to the restaurant. And as you arrive into the restaurant, and as you are greeted, and as you are taken to your table, and as you sit down, and the way they talk to you, the way they say hello, the kind of hospitality that they give, and how much they, for example, when we were in Puglia, we went to this place, which was kind of a restaurant in a home or a home in a restaurant, kind of a weird combination, but it worked. And the people there, they describe their hospitality as coccoline.
Right.
Coccoline, coccolare in Italian means to hug.
Oh.
Gives you a hug. But the way...
I need that.
I think that, if you were saying, my hospitality is a hug, it wouldn't translate in the same way than when they said in Italian is coccoline. Give me a coccoline, because it's what you do to a little girl or a little boy, a little toddler, for example. You give them a coccoline and you feel the love. It's this cotton wool love where you feel that nothing can ever go wrong. And that's how they describe the experience. Right. And when you got in there, you could feel that's exactly what they were doing.
Yeah. You wouldn't get that in Wetherspoons, would you? So I might have to go there. What is your funniest memory filming?
Well, I'm not sure if it's the funniest moment, really, but when we were filming Ultimate Wedding Planner with Sarah Davies, we were doing this this piece to camera, and she just punched me in the balls, but really, really hard.
On purpose?
No, not on purpose. Okay, we were joking, and she just punched me. Oh my God. It was like when you're a kid and you play football and somebody just kicked the ball very hard. And it probably, it never happened to you, but it happened to me a few times.
Thank you for confirming those rumors.
It's like, oh.
Yeah. Did she even realise she'd done that?
Well, she realised after, because I was on the floor.
On the floor rolling around, I can imagine. Do you enjoy the long days of film? Because I know some people, like, when they're filming shows, it can be quite long. But I think with your shows, because you travel so much, they look quite fun. Like, do you quite enjoy it, or?
I think, the fun is how you make it. And here, for example, look, we're in a studio, and you need to have fun. You need to immerse yourself into what you're doing so that nothing else exists. Yeah. And you just enjoy it inside your head. For example, for first dates, the days are like 12, 14 hours a day.
Oh, what?
And because it's a restaurant, and you've got daters after daters after daters. But my pleasure is meeting the daters one by one. And there's sometimes the way to look after the daters is not to say anything to them at all. Right. Just to make sure that they're okay. Yeah. A bit of eye contact, a bit of warm smile, making sure they're happy with the food, and that's all they need. Other times, you just have to just do a bit more work and make sure that, sometimes you just have to push a little bit, and
might be a little bit shy.
A little bit of advice and...
all the other people at the restaurant, are they all on dates? So everyone in there's on a date?
Yeah, that's right.
And do they all think that they're going to be shown and then they just do specific ones?
The people who are on a date who are going to be on television know they are on television.
Right,
the others know that they are on a date, but obviously they know they're not going to be filmed as well. They're just in the background. Wow. Just people enjoying a meal and being on a date.
Has your daughter ever wanted to come on?
No.
Never?
No. She's not interested.
Really?
Yeah. I
feel like you could have put in a good word there, got her on.
Yeah, well, luckily for her, she's found...
Yeah. Lucky girl.
She's not going to need to go this.
Have you ever had a friend or anything on there?
Yeah, the last series I had quite a few friends. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's nice to just see them in a restaurant, being able to look after them, have a bit of fun.
I guess it's quite funny though, watching them on the date, because you're like...
Yeah, because people it's different.
Yeah, my favourite are when like older couples come on and they've been like, my wife's died or whatever, and then they link, and it's my favourite one. I love it.
I think what's good about that is that it reminds you, and it just it reminds you that you can find love at any age. Yeah. And it doesn't matter how old you are or what your background story or your circumstances. If you're in the right place, you meet the right person and you connect, boom, it's on.
Well, they also did a teen first dates, didn't they?
Brilliant.
Which was so cute because they were all so nervous.
They're so nervous, but in the same time, it's so refreshing because teens are so honest.
Yeah.
And they're so brutal with each other, and they just say it as it is. And I love that. It's very refreshing, that honesty.
Well, you've started on TikTok now as well, haven't you? Because after the episodes, I'll see the teens on TikTok talking about their experience, and some of them were still together.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I love it.
But we did the series, it was not, in a way, okay, you're going to find love, happy ever after. Yeah. It's an opportunity for the teens to meet in a different settings. And to create a friendship. And if some things more happen, something happen. But there's no pressure. But, for me to do first dates, with my children who are teenagers themselves, you want to give them, that experience and that memory that they're going to keep for all their lives. Because for me, we meet thousands of daters literally on first date. But for them, this is the only time they come on first date. And they will remember that forever.
And you can watch it back. But I don't. If you went on a date, right, and it's filmed, would you watch it back?
Yeah, I think you would, no? You'd be curious, wouldn't you?
I don't know. Because things that you don't realise about yourself, right, until you watch it back. That's like on a date, I'd be like, oh my God. Like, what if I say like too much or something on the date? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean because I'm doing television and I can see the words that I repeat.
Do you watch yourself back like on your shows?
Sometimes I do, yeah.
Yeah, I would. I'm not going to lie. If I was on the telly, I'd be like, yeah, why not?
No, you do because you also, for example, you watch an episode, for example, I watch them before they go out, like, the episode in Puglia, for example, with Dermot O'Leary, because, sometimes there are things that have been missed in the edit or there's something that don't make sense. So then you speak with the editor, say, look, this thing should be there at the front or before.
Oh, so you see it before it goes out, right, yeah.
I like to... Look, you care about the quality of the episodes and how they go out, so you want to make sure they're edited in the right way.
If you were to do another show, what would you like the show to be?
Look, I have so many ideas in my head. At the moment,
I am the BBC commissioner.
Okay, well, I want to do a show actually about a man called Toussaint Louverture. And Toussaint Louverture was an Haitian general who liberated and freed the slaves in Haiti. And he did that just after the French Revolution.
Right.
The interesting thing about Toussaint is that he was more French than the French in the sense that he embraced the ideals of the revolution, the ideals of France, which I love. It's about liberté, égalité, fraternité. Basically, we're all free, we're all equal, and we're all brothers.
Right.
And that's why Toussaint did, and that's why he embraced. And he had to fight so many people in order to gain the freedom of the island, of all these people, the Spanish, the English, the French. And then, unfortunately for him, Napoleon tricked him and sent him to France, and he died there. But even though he did that, Haiti was liberated. So I want to do a show about him.
Right.
And then I want to do something about the French Revolution because I want to understand the link between Toussaint and the French Revolution. Going forward, also fast forwarding to the event that's been happening recently in France with the riots.
I've been hearing about this. It looks mental. I'd watch it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope that gets commissioned. I'm actually quite interested. I didn't learn anything at school about any of that. I learned about World War II.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And that
was history.
Do you know what? I think I'd like history if I understood it more now. At school when you don't really care about like what you're learning about, like someone's doing geography.
No, that I loved history because for me it's a story. And it's just about following the story and understanding how it makes sense. And it's about the way of life, how people live and what they stand for. Yeah. And who they are.
I like that. Put that on a t-shirt. I was quite like,
that's it.
Yeah, I love that. So you're now on TikTok. You're going modern
I'm trying
day.
To be on TikTok.
Okay.
I'm not really cool.
How are you finding it?
Well, I feel like a granddad.
Okay. Yeah. It does have that effect on people, I will be honest. What was your first TikTok video? Doesn't even know.
Now. I don't remember. I mean, you can look it up.
You don't even...
But there are many TikTok videos, so you can very easily...
First transition. What do you have to do for it?
I have no idea.
Oh my God. You just press record and let someone do it for you, didn't you?
My agent, Lulu, did that. And she said, Fred, do this. And we were flying together to do a job abroad. And we were waiting to go into the plane. She said, Fred, do that. And I was just doing all these things.
Yeah.
And there was people behind me.
In the airport?
Waiting, yeah. And I said, I'm so sorry, I've just got to do this.
I've just got to do this TikTok. That's the story of my life. That's all I have to do. It's horror. I think you'll blow up on TikTok, though.
Sorry?
Yeah, that was quite a modern language. Like, I think you'll do really well on TikTok.
And what was the thing that you said?
Blow up.
Blow up. Blow up.
Yeah. I mean, in other terms, that's probably not a good... You wouldn't want to blow up.
I don't know if I'm going to blow up.
On social media.
It's quite stagnant.
Has it?
Yeah.
I'll give it a repost. We can open the bit. Yeah, you're welcome. Don't worry. Get them on the pod. So, is there anything else that you want to tell people while you're here, that what you've got going on, what you want to watch? Obviously, you've got your 2 shows. Tell them.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 shows that I'm doing at the moment is Remarkable Places to Eat. It's on Channel 4, on More 4 at 9 p.m. on Monday.
Love that.
And Ultimate Wedding Planner is on Tuesday at 9 p.m.
Oh, you've got one day after the other.
I know, I'm not in charge of scheduling.
You were ready for it. Do you know what? I think that's smart.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They have a slice of you on Monday and then they want a slice on Tuesday. And that will do them for the rest of the week, I say.
There we go.
Yeah.
2 days on, 5 days off.
Yeah, that's what I need with my boyfriend, to be fair. No, I've loved it. I'm excited. So is there a new First Dates coming out anytime soon next year? You said there was a 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, the 10 years anniversary, I think, but don't quote me on that. I think it's going to be around January. Yeah, the first episode.
Oh, so quite soon?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm buzzing because I need something to watch. I do.
It's a good show because we changed the location. So we went to Bath to film.
Yeah, because didn't you go to Liverpool one year as well or something?
In Manchester.
Manchester.
Bath,
all up north.
I mean, look, it's an historical city. Dates back from the Romans.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's all made of stone. There's a lot of pedestrian area. There's a lovely feel to it. It's really relaxed. It feels like you're in a countryside, but you're in a city. It's beautiful. Anyway, we had a beautiful restaurant, and I think that just helped. And the daters were so ready for love. It was incredible. They were all there for the right reasons.
After this lockdown business, people were just ready for it. I'm telling you.
Yes, I think so.
I'm excited for the vibe.
What did you do in the lockdown?
I did absolutely nothing. I'll be honest. I drank every day.
Did you?
Yeah. And it was the best year of my life, I'd say.
Was it?
Yeah. Being stuck indoors in the sun drinking a Pimm's was a beautiful moment for me.
I know that. We all drank a little bit too much.
Even I did a bit of exercise in there.
Did you?
Yeah. I thought, I can't
used to
come
do
out.
live workout.
Did you?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Really?
Just keep me busy.
What,
you got to.
Are you doing like lunges and stuff, or
lunges?
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was trying to grow myself a bum.
Yeah. Did it work?
No, of course not. It didn't. I think apparently it's genetics. My mum's got a flat bum too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry to call you out like that, Loretta. I didn't mean to throw you under the bus. But no, yeah, times have changed since lockdown.
It's true. It seems like such a long time away.
No, it does, but then it doesn't. It feels like lockdown was so long ago, but then I remember it so well. Maybe that was like an old thing for me to say.
Yeah, because it was quite a particular time, and I don't think that there's nothing like that.
What did you do during lockdown apart from work out?
Well, I did work out. I worked quite a lot, actually. I did quite a lot of work, yeah.
Well, you had nothing else
because
to do,
I didn't want to be slowed down by the lockdown. I mean, the thing is, at one point, we had about a month or so where I didn't do much, but I was working and I was planning what I was going to do. And
smart moves.
Yeah, I was quite busy.
What about your daughter? She couldn't dive for like...
No, Andrea dived every single day.
What?
Yeah, because the first 3 months possibly not, but then she trained as normal. Because she's part of Team GB, so
that's fair. I'd have just got a paddling pool and hope for the best.
I mean, the thing I did also, I played a lot of football with my son. That was quite good, to be able to go and cycle and play football in the park. So I did that a lot.
Oh, good times.
And cooked and just drank a lot of wine.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we can agree on that too. We really did that. It's been a pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much. I'm excited to watch you on my telly.
Thank you.
And yeah, if you've been watching, give it a like and subscribe. And if you've been listening, give it a follow and a 5-star review. Say bye, Fred.
5-star review. I like that.